third down. Turns it upfield. He's down right there, but he has plenty to pick up the first down.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it, and you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. That's the senior safety being evaluated by medical personnel. Holly will let us know what's going on with him. 6-yard pickup on first down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. Throwing, Carr. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And this has been a really good first drive, man. You talk about scripting the first however many plays. It's different for all the coordinators. Nice drive down the field. Now set up in a third down situation. Let's stay aggressive. Let's capitalize on this momentum and not try to kick these field goals, because you know kicking field goals sometimes down the road can come back to bite you.
They're about to snap it for the 10th time on this opening drive, but they need a conversion to keep the drive alive on third down. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down.
On that third down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. Fourth down, Carr. Hauls it in, the first down and more. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. On the move from inside his 5. Makes a move. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Handoff to the single back. There he goes. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chains.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup, but the defense, Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline. Run it again. Run the same play again.
Seems as if these two have been on a collision course for a top 5 meeting like this. And big picture, guys, it can really help their playoff positioning.
Yeah, we all circled this game at the start of the year. We knew this one was going to have conference championship, national championship, Heisman Trophy implications too, David. So lots riding on this one, and may the best team win.
And this will be huge.
Snags it, and there's running room. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. Marlon Mack. Out wide right, it's Simmons. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Single back formation, and they give it to it. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on third and long. Mack throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
It'll be a draw. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Hits inside, it's Watson. So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead as we get a look at the numbers so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Throwing Mack. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. Extra point here will tie the game. Oh, and they blocked it. So that's a 59-yard touchdown drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here come the Irish back on offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. He'll try to do it himself. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Man-to-man coverage is a great opportunity for scrambling quarterbacks to take off and run because everybody on defense who's covering has their backs turned to the quarterback, obviously, because they're chasing an intended receiver or target. So good job that time by the quarterback knowing, I've got man coverage. If it's not not open, I can take off and go make something positive happen.
Let's
go. When you see snot bubbles coming out of the offensive player, you know it was a good lick. The Mike linebacker sits right in the middle of the field, ready to roll, ready to lay the hammer.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's changing the play. Here's Carr to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
Looking downfield, it's Carr. Rolls right. Just gets rid of it to avoid the sack.
It's been a tale of 2 drives for this defense early on, right? They came out starting really slow, allowed a touchdown on the opening drive, but they're finally settling in here on this one. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They did give up 1 first down, but really nice job there on that 3rd down pass defense, forcing the incompletion, now trying to set up a punt.
Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong, only called on twice in the victory last week. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. That is coverage just the way they designed it, and they've got him backed up. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. This is a game of swings and momentum, and a great opportunity here after scoring on the last drive, getting a stop, and now you have the football back.
They're playing well right now in all 3 phases, and they're complementing each other. So now, David, it's up to the offense here. It's up to this quarterback to lead this offense down the field to get a score.
Yeah, and to stay aggressive, to understand we've had success, we got this going the right way. Now I don't need to change anything. Go back to your go-to plays. That's now got you some momentum back in your favor.
That's a really nice job plucking that pass. I don't know if another school has done as good a job as Alabama in recent years as bringing in top-level talent at the wide receiver position. When you think of guys like Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, this guy, he looks like he could be on the field with all those guys, too. He's got speed. He's got the ability to pluck the football out of the air. What a big-time weapon. How nice is it to play quarterback with this guy in your offense?
Long way to go on 2nd down. They give it back to him. He stopped in his tracks, and at least they didn't lose yardage on this one.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. Now here's Mack. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Austin Mack. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Let's talk about Alabama. This is exactly how you want to start conference play. Early in the race for sure, but precisely the type of foundation you need to set.
And this is really the meat on the bone in the schedule, right? A lot of teams have out-of-conference games early in the season, but now is where it matters the most. You talk to any coach, they'll tell you, David, number one on the goal sheet is to win your conference.
And I think it's so hard because of the familiarity. You play these same teams every single year. You know them inside and out. They know your scheme, you know their scheme, and sometimes the momentum of the moment can be tough, so got to continue to play well within the conference.
Mack from the gun on third down. Makes a grab. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the ground, and they're rolling. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Going to work on second down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Mack. Look out. Gets rid of it. He'll grab the throw to the sideline and step out of bounds after picking up a few. He'll be run out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play. They've put this ball on lockdown. 8th play of the drive coming up. RPO complete. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force a negative play.
From the gun on third down, it's Mack. Going for 6. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Turning it on. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Hits the hole, it's Edwards. Hit and stopped right there, not much on that pickup.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Carr. Zings it complete to the right. Notre Dame will now use its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. And you saw it right there on that play.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Gets the back moving. Dropping back, it's Carr. Got his man in the middle.
Must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. He can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. It's complete to the right. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. He's going to have to get into this one a little bit from 47 yards away. And this one is perfect. Now up by 4 here in the third quarter. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, kind of the unofficial halfway point of the season. Week 8 and another exciting update from the EA Sports Desk. Let's start with TCU taking on the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. And it's the Horned Frogs eyeing an 8th straight victory today. It's been a dream start to the season, and this game has been no different. This fan base is fired up. As we check in on these top 25 matchups this week, we're reminded of just how meaningful every week in college football is.
Left side is Hill. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8. Alabama pushing the tempo. Running inside, it's Hill. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Now here's Mack. Finds his target. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone.
Lots of room to run. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They take the lead here in the second half. PAT unit on the field. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish the deal with a 60-yard run to the house. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. So as soon as they step on the field here in the 3rd quarter, they find themselves trailing, and now they'll try to answer with a score of their own. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. They gobbled up a ton of yardage to open this drive, and now in business near midfield at the 49. Looking for space. It's Mobley.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Keep it on the ground. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. Quarterback changing the play. churns into the pile. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. They'll go play action with Mack. Right side, it's Edwards. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
Got him on the RPO. The Tide will get the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. Looking for a big play. He's got it inside the 15. Touchdown Tide. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Throwing, Carr. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Daron Paynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quinnen Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite level recruiting.
And down he goes. The defense making a huge play, but there are penalty markers out. Let's sort it out. And the offense says thank you very much for the bonus yardage, and it'll be first down after the personal foul penalty. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception. Great place to start for this offense. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Throwing, Mack. Out wide right, it's Simmons. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Here's a little headed to the end zone. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Alabama! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Play fake, Carr. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm thinking about shipping this defensive end with running backs. I'm leaving my tight ends in to help this tackle because we cannot block him. He's already got 2 sacks.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Touchdown, Bama! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
There is nothing better than watching a big boy do what he was born to do. Ball on the turf, the big fella scoops it up, and Palmer, thank God he didn't have to go far.
You know what? The thing I love about this too, David, is he never quit on the play. He pursued it, showed great effort. He was Johnny on the spot, bounced right into his belly. They may want to put this guy on short yardage goal line because he has a nose for the end zone.
Set to advance on the football.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Here's Carr to throw. Right side, it's Mobley. Makes a catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Moving to his left. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out. They're trying to throw the football, man. I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive. But so far, on every level of this defense, they've been dominant.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Again, it's Carr. Oh, pressure's coming. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every fourth down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are on the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
I know the offense came into this game expecting to have some success throwing the football, and right after getting a takeaway right outside of the red zone, they try to do just that. The one-on-one matchups are going to be there in this game. That time, though, the defense did a better job making a play, forcing the incompletion.
Austin Mack moves to his right. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down. After the incomplete pass, there is a player still down, and they'll come out to check on him. Looks as if it's their senior quarterback who's down on the play, and that is a guy they can ill afford to lose. We'll have Holly check on his condition shortly. Play fake, Williams. Keeping his eyes downfield. The throw. Got the big tight end on the corner route.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a nice job by the quarterback there. Of course, he's right-handed, but there he is scrambling and rolling to his left. It's not easy to be accurate when you're doing it, but he's able to put that right on target for the completion.
And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. Good, right down the boulevard. And that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Quick give, it's Mobley. Works ahead for a couple, they'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense. A great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Carr. Here comes the heat. Out wide right, it's Mobley. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So we open the final period with a third down play. See some running room. Got the first down. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big time pickup on that one.
Yeah, and a nice big pickup on the ground. Palmer, you could have used some of this earlier in the game. Are you calling runs at this point?
No, I'd be a little bit more aggressive, I think, throwing it. I think part of it right now is because the defense, they've got the lead big. They're just playing a little bit more zone, a little bit more prevent. They're fine letting this offense just chip down the field, but they're wasting time off the clock.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together, trailing. I know they're in passing situations, but this defense, they don't have to be aggressive. They can sit back. Offensively, you got to put the gas to the floor. Got to make something happen fast. Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Looking for a huge play. And it's picked off for the third time today. Looking for more room. The 50. The 40. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Mack. Right side, it's Simmons. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
You can skin the cat a lot of different ways. You're just trying to get enough yards to pick up that first down. It's not the dive man. It's not the quarterback. He makes the right read, pitches it out, and he's just able to get enough to keep these sticks moving.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll ride him again. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
Under pressure. He'll throw it. He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense.
Snap to the up man. It's a fake. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off.
They had the exact look they had practiced for and what they wanted. The up man gets the snap directly. He's able to use the speed, get the first down, and the chains are moving.
Finds the tight end. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Second and long here. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Fires to the big fella. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Walton. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short gain.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line.
Looking for the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Throwing, Carr. Back's got it on the screen. Got room at the 35. There he goes. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.